Morning, afternoon, or evening, friend. Case Erickson here, following up on the post that I made. Sorry, I'm in like a studio mode, even though it's wicked echo here. Okay, on the post that I made on regarding hookups versus, I think it was like, will a hookup block your, the one from showing up, or do you think it's just fun along the way? And man, the commentary. I was more curious what other people trying to gauge where the group was at, and so this is the point that I want to make in response to that. And really, if you're in a space where you are wanting to create a relationship in your life, here's what I have to say. So, a couple things. If you are in a spirit of judgment of anybody, hooking up or otherwise, that is what's going to keep a rewarding relationship from you. So it is very much in our community, in the gay community, very much different strokes for different folks. Some guys find their relationships from hooking up, some don't. And it's all about the intention. If you have an addictive personality and then you become a sex addict, you can become addicted at anything, sex, shopping, you just have, it's all about balance, right? So a lot of people were kind of there was a lot of shame also, almost like sex shaming for people. And I wasn't even saying I was the one hooking up or that, it was something that I was dealing with, but a lot of people started making assumptions, and someone was even you need to stop murdering other people by something about COVID or whatever. And so it's just wow. For a community that prides itself on wanting love to win, it's are you really taking that on as a possibility for yourself, the way that you relate to yourself and others in our community? What's the most loving thing to say? What's the most loving thing to do? And I believe, I know that the most loving thing to do is to drop the judgment, drop these conditions to our love, drop the conditions to a common, decent response. There certainly wasn't a lot of venom in there at all in the responses. It was just very much what I was taken back was the amount of there was shame, a lot of energy, shame energy around the hookup culture. And look, I get it. To me, there's pluses and minuses. If your energy is high around whatever it is you're doing, and you're having a good time and you're a porn star, I don't know. It's just it's whatever you want. The energy is what matters. The intention is what matters. If you're clear with someone and it's consensual and you're having a good time, then of course you're going to find the one. It's about being open. And I'd also like to address some of the commentators the one, that's all false. That's all false. Yes and no. I believe that, and I believe it's our attachment to if you're attached to this idea that everybody has to it's you're in the pursuit of the one versus you're just enjoying yourself in the process and being your best self and all these other things, then that's what's going to open you up to the relationship that you want. So really it doesn't matter if you hook up or not, if you date or not, whatever your experience is, that is your experience. So it is the attachment to your belief. It is about alignment. It is if you think that you're going to have, it's not healthy for you to hook up, or you're feeling guilty about it or any of that, don't do it. Stop doing it. But if you're no, I'm having fun along the way, do it. I'm not here to tell you what you can or can't do. Clearly, I'm just here to shine light on what can give you more freedom and joy and happiness and love in the process, and actually bring more loving, committed relationships into your space. So, that's going to come from dropping judgment, period, across the board. Hey, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Why this big push to throw your opinion around? What that's like. If you're gay, and to have someone tell, particularly if you grew up in any kind of fundamentalist upbringing, or any kind of anything where it said it was wrong to be gay or anything like that, you want other people to give you freedom to be yourself. So why not extend that freedom to everyone around? Start with yourself. And really, I think that there was a lot of projecting going on too, with a lot of shame and judgment and all this other stuff. So if you had a feeling of if you were triggered by the conversation, let that be a catalyst for you to ask yourself, where in myself am I, would I like to have more fun, or would I like to go on more dates, or would I like to stop hooking up? Would I like to maybe hook up once? Am I being too significant around it? Am I being too attached to any certain way? Am I being too moralistic? There's so many different ways that you can go, and there is no right or wrong. There is no this is the way, other than, unconditional love is the way. So however that looks for you, that is what's important. That is what will open up more love into your life. So I only wanted to talk for a couple minutes. I've already been talking for almost 6, so I will shut up now. This is what we here at the GMT Academy are here for, to support you in creating more love in your life. If you want a breakthrough to love call, always DM me. And in the meantime, may you live long and prosper and have a good night. Okay, bye, friend. Thank you.